Did you see the news this morning? That poor family. I would hate to think what would happen if we lost a loved one.
I feel for them. The last thing they probably want to think about is how they're going to survive financially now.
Thankfully, we took care of all this last year, just so if an illness or death happens, our family wouldn't be financially burdened. The advisor we met up with made sure we had appropriate personal protection in place, put us in touch with the solicitor who prepared our wills, and made sure we had the right executor to deal with our estate. While we hope nothing happens to either of us anytime soon, at least we know the financial impact will be a lot easier on everyone because of the steps we've taken.
Maybe it's time I look into doing something about protecting my family.
I think so. The best thing is that Financial Advisors works with a number of specialists, including accountants and solicitors, to ensure that you receive the best advice to enable you to plan for unexpected future events.
Caring for your elderly parents. So you're ready to take on the role as caregiver to your elderly parent. Being a caregiver to an ageing parent is a compassionate choice, but it does involve immediate and long-term financial planning. It's important to understand all the expenses involved and what you can afford. Follow these tips to help trim expenses and keep your income while helping your parents at the same time. Make a budget. Help your parents list their living and medical expenses. Determine how much your parents, you, and/or siblings can contribute financially. If you live away from your parents, remember to include travel expenses and time off work in your personal budget. Find ways to cut costs. Review expenses with your parents and see if there are ways you can help cut costs. A good start is by researching and taking advantage of all available public and healthcare benefits. These can include transport, gardening and grocery deliveries. Plan for long-term expenses. 3 big-ticket financial issues related to long-term care of an ageing parent are a parent moving in with an adult child, moving a parent into an assisted living facility, and assisting a parent financially. Discuss the financial pros and cons of each of these options with your parent, partner, and each of your siblings, and develop a plan. Keep your income. Working caregivers should consider hiring help to assist in the caring for their parents during the day. This can be anything from cleaning services to nurse visits. Research your entitlements. The Australian Government subsidises many aged care services. Each program or package has broad eligibility criteria and an assessment process to determine your needs and eligibility. Remember, we're here to help. For information or assistance to help you become a caregiver, please feel free to contact us. Insurance through your super. Arranging personal insurance cover through your super fund can be beneficial for a number of reasons. Premiums are deducted from your super balance, so the cost doesn't affect your day-to-day cash flow. When combined with insurance held outside of super, this may allow you to have a level of cover that would otherwise be unaffordable. Premiums can be paid with pre-tax dollars, for example, with your salary sacrifice super contributions, which can be very tax effective, or the cost can be covered through investment earnings and employer super contributions. Some employer super funds may provide you with an automatic level of cover when joining, but we often find this is not enough for most people. This is a foundation on which to build on though. However, there are some questions you need to ask yourself and your financial advisor before considering using super to pay for your insurance, including what will be the long-term impact on your super balance? Are there any tax implications? How will any insurance benefits be paid? Who will receive the life insurance benefits and inherit your super? What happens if you have an SMSF? A financial advisor can review your overall financial situation, commitments, and lifestyle to help you decide on an adequate level of insurance cover. They can also advise you on whether to hold insurance inside super, outside super, or to hold a combination of both. For further information, please feel free to contact us.
Interest rates affect everyone differently. If you have a mortgage or two, own a business, invest your hard-earned savings, or live on your retirement fund, the decision made every month by the Reserve Bank of Australia, RBA, Board affects you. With interest rates at historically low levels, thousands of mortgage holders are able to pay off their homes faster, but interest rate movements mean different things to different people. Although low interest rates help to reduce the costs of personal and investment loans, credit cards and business financing, on the flip side, investors watch returns on interest-bearing investments diminish substantially. They understandably do not celebrate with every rate cut. So, depending on which category you fit into, here are some thoughts on dealing with interest rates. Homeowners. With variable rates remaining low, do you use this as an opportunity to build a buffer against interest rates eventually rising? Or direct your spare cash to reducing credit cards or personal loans? Investors, this may be a good time to consider starting a long-term investment strategy. Given that dividend yields and rents have changed in the past couple of years, it's worth another look to determine if potential investments are likely to be positively or negatively geared. Business owners. Overdrafts, car leasing and other business loans may benefit from a full review. In particular, any strategy to reduce debt should be revisited. Maybe take advantage of a lower interest offer with another lender, but always balance the potential savings against any costs associated with moving your business to a new bank. Deposit holders. Dwindling returns on cash may make you feel like there'd be little difference if you hid it under the mattress. There are always alternatives to boost your returns, but it's critical to read the fine print and understand what you're investing in. Higher returns usually attract higher risk, so be sure your ability to manage that risk is properly addressed. Across the economy generally, a low interest rate environment often accompanies slower economic growth, uncertain job prospects, and lower asset prices. But it won't last forever. Now is a great time to think about how you can use the current situation to your advantage. If you'd like some guidance on making the most of low interest rates, contact us.